What modern social trend pisses you off the most? Recording strangers to see their reactions. Some people will disagree with this approach, but I hate being recorded. I'm in my mid-20s and not one for pranks, jokes, whatever bullshit is popular. I live in a small town that has a surprisingly large amount of TikTok influencers, so you see these kids recording bullshit everywhere. Most of the time it's harmless dances, but lately they have been pranking people. I was driving down the road and see a bunch of kids standing 100 or so yards down, and then a green flash. My girlfriend freaks out because what we later found was a high-powered laser had just caught her in the face. I get after the kids, who are running like it's the funniest fucking thing, and catch them in front of one of their homes. Proceed to call the cops. Those kids were all charged with reckless endangerment and a host of other things. The videos, multiple, of them trying to laser drivers now belong to the local police. The worst I have seen were some guys that threw a baby doll face down from a bridge in a river. Then they started screaming that a baby was drowning. A shocked man was about to jump in the water to save the kid. They had a laugh and informed him in the last second that it was a prank. Guarantees that this brave man will think twice before he will ever show civil courage again. As Hall S. Quick wholesome fact, numerous studies have been done on fight or flight, and bystander responses. It's more likely that the type of person who is willing to leap off a bridge to save a baby would do so without a second thought again than not. Even given the fact that they were told it was a prank, even if it was a real baby that ended up dying, even if they were yelled at and blamed. We don't know why. I just kinda hate YouTuber culture in general. I used to work at a Guitar Center Pro Audio department, which is the hub for pretty much all digital creators in one way or another. USB audio interfaces, microphones, MIDI controllers, etc. And almost every week someone would come in filming, not even subtle, I'm at work looking like hell, and whatever profit or notoriety that comes from me being part of your set without consent will never make it back to me. Can't stand that shit. Making young children into social media stars. It's fine to share pictures of your kids with friends, but aggressively documenting and marketing your family life for the public at large is creepy. Whenever I see toys at Walmart about that Ryan kid, I just get sad and hope he's as happy as he's portrayed on the box, because I don't think he is. I'm glad I have no idea who this is. As the parent of a child close to his primary demographic who has never watched him, all I know is, he's a kid with a YouTube channel that has his face on enough products to make Gene Simmons jealous. Lots of wholesome moments that get filmed and eventually make it to the top page of Reddit are nice, but at the same time I wonder, was filming and sharing with the world really the best thing? Like maybe it was, and I am not particularly against it, but it seems like if I was going to reunite with my dad after 20 years, or I was meeting my friend from war after having been estranged for 30 years, might just be better to have it as a special moment that happened to us. Not sure it requires documentation to send to people on Instagram, in a way it seems to cheapen the whole thing. The adoption ones make me cringe. I know it's an awesome thing to do, I'm adopted. But sheesh, recording a kid being told they'll be adopted feels so wrong. What an intimate moment. Public grieving. And berating those who don't grieve publicly. When Chadwick Boseman passed away, people were hounding his co-stars regarding their responses. When Malik B of The Roots passed away, Questlove actually found out by being spammed on Twitter by a bunch of strangers. Imagine finding out one of your closest friends died, because random strangers wanted an immediate response from you. I remember when Nipsey Hussle died, not because I had even heard of him before that, but because everyone was publicly stating how devastated they were. It almost seemed like a competition. People were saying stuff like, I've been supporting him for X amount of years, since the beginning, no one is more upset than me. I honestly found it disturbing. It was like his death was just another trend that people on social media needed to post about. This is exactly it, and unfortunately it doesn't just happen over celebrity deaths. A girl from my hometown went missing and it was eventually discovered that she was murdered by someone she met up with from Tinder. I was very good friends with her younger brother when we were kids, so I knew the family very well. As soon as the story made national news, everyone from my hometown started posting memoirs, even those who never knew her, and it became a one-upping competition like you mentioned. The family remained silent, and the brother I was friends with deactivated all his social media because people kept posting about her for months. It becomes almost harassment at a point, constantly being reminded of your family member's traumatic death by people you barely know pretending to care about them. It's disgusting to see people use tragedy to fish for likes so they can feel validated. We had a very similar thing happen in my town. The funeral was packed, people talking about how they knew the deceased cousin's uncle's friend, asking all over social media how it all happened, wanting to find out more about the surviving family, etc. The worst part was that the entire family was murdered by their teen son. He killed his little sisters and brothers, his mom, and tried to kill his dad, who ultimately survived. Then the dad had to deal with these vultures constantly bombarding him with self-pity and curiosity, plus the news breathing down his neck. The poor man was constantly begging for privacy while trying to come to terms with losing his entire family in one day, at the hand of his own child no less.